Welcome back to the ACCO Legislative Update. Well, session's kind of winding down this year. We've gotten back to normal and everybody in the Capitol. As far as ACCO, we've had a successful year with a lot of our policy bills that have passed through. As many of you know, these last few weeks, the legislature really gets down to hammering out the budget. And last week, I believe, they released about 38 bills through JCAB committee, which that's a committee that deals with most of the budget bills, and pushed many of those through here the last couple of weeks. The governor actually signed the general appropriations bill yesterday, House Bill 2900, and in that bill, there's $20 million allocated to the SERB fund. Gene, kind of give us an overview of even the session and the general appropriations bill that was signed yesterday.
Well, sure, Chris. I think that, like all legislative sessions before, from a county perspective, this is always the real general test as to our perception as far as the Capitol is concerned. We're always encouraged in the fact that, we really have some rock stars that represent us on a county level. And not only in the legislature, but you as a commissioner. We get the feedback that is really encouraging in the fact that if you're involved with your legislator and you're really sharing with them what your needs are and what your problems are out there, it's really reflective on what their attitude at the Capitol turns out to be as far as legislation. I think that this legislative session, although it's been very hyperactive, I think that Bill Case and Chris, Randy and I are really encouraged by just the outcomes that we had this year. We had some good things happen to us. We had some things that we wished would have been better. But Chris, I think that with a long-term commitment that they had when they swept our SERB funds several years ago, they're slowly putting money back in the fund. If you remember, they swept about $50 million in one of the legislative efforts, and now we got 30 last year, we got 20 this year back into SERB. So I think we're moving in the right direction for county performance.
Yeah, I would agree. And another bill out there that's kind of dealing with counties and county funding that we got a lot of feedback on is House Bill 2892. This bill allocates 25% of the SERB fund to each county's county highway fund, and that will begin July 1st. And they use a formula in the statute based on land area, road miles, and efficient bridges. Gene, kind of give us an overview of House Bill 2892 that kind of moves some of the funding from SERB to County Highway Fund and what that's going to do for a lot of counties.
This is a little unusual this year in the sense that they've developed an own formula on division of the dollars. But if you remember last year, we were able to get $42 million diverted back to the basic M&O funds for the counties. We continued that effort this year in requesting that, predicated on loss of revenue that we anticipated as part of the pandemic. So they actually diverted $30 million from SERB again this year back to the counties under a new formula. And this formula looks different than anything we've looked at before. It takes into consideration obsolete and efficient bridges. And that replaced somewhat population in the formula. And although, some counties fared better, some fared worse. But the good news is that they're focusing on our issues out there and they know what our needs are. So we'll see how this trend continues. I think we all realize from a county perspective, our basic M&O funds are the lifeblood of county maintenance. And so we're encouraged with some of the things we're seeing on the national level, whether it be a debate that's currently on the infrastructure plan or even something that happens out of the American Rescue Plan. It looked real gloom and doom starting last March, and I think we're all kind of excited about breaking into a new era, and hopefully county government will be able to lead that on a local level.
Yeah, I agree. And also, one last thing on House Bill 2892, this bill has passed the House and Senate and is currently sitting on the governor's desk. So the governor has 5 days to sign or veto the bills, the budget bills, once they get to him. And I think today is day 5, if I believe so. So hopefully something will be coming out later today or even tomorrow. As of this filming on noon, May 25th, it hasn't been signed, but we look forward to hearing some news on that bill soon. Go ahead,
Chris,
Gene.
if I could, it's kind of a last thought. You know, we have obviously been isolated for almost a year, and our conferences, we've not been able to hold them. And we're so excited about our July conference. We've got a list of speakers that's going to come in that we think, from not only a safety perspective, but supervision skills for our elected officials and their supervising employees. We have a commitment that our governor will be there. So I think we're going to have a great conference. We always make it a fun conference because it's a family conference along with a safety conference. And nothing in the world worries an elected official more than the safety of the employees. So we hope everybody make plans to be at the conference. If you've got key employees you think can gain something from the skills, now's the time to start making reservations for it.
Yeah, conference will be great, and it'll be actually a good time to spend some time with the new commissioners we haven't got to see a lot of since they've been elected, since they were elected during the COVID time. So look forward to all that. Well, I think that's going to be a wrap. Like I said, session will end this week, and we'll do one last brush up next week, kind of give you an overview. But that's all we have today. Thanks for watching the ACCO Legislative Update.